Welcome to Yellow Skunk Farms, everybody. Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21 years or older, please leave the channel now. We would appreciate it. What's up, Pooter? There's Cooter and Plinko underneath. Look how big Plinko has gotten. He's going to get huge in this giant 300 gallon. Well, no, I'm just kidding. It's not 300. It's more like 200, and another probably 30 to 40 in the creek. So we're probably around 200, 250 gallons of water, which is plenty for what we have going on in here. We're definitely going to have to, looks like, add a little bit of water. You can see where it's dropped down a little bit overnight. That's about 2-3 gallons of water there we need to replenish. And we expect that water to be sucked up quite a bit because the plants are getting bigger. And the bigger they get, the more water they uptake, especially the elephant ears and the grasses and everything else. We cleaned out the creek a little bit yesterday, just running our hands through it. We put this little filter pad in there. So we just set the filter pad in there, run our hands through there, let all that junk and everything from the creek and the pond collect in this, and then we set this in the soil and let the critters work it out. You can see the worms run through it. Mites and rove beetles and earwigs. All these things like to eat that algae. It's that bacteria and algae and everything else that goes along that's up in that pad there, that the worms and the critters are eating up all that poo that's trapped in that, and we'll distribute it back down into our soil where we want it. That's just feeding the soil, basically, feeding the worms, feeding the critters, making sure they have plenty to eat. We've got our outdoor here that is definitely needs to be repotted, but we're almost ready. I think yesterday was our last frost. We're hoping. The weather looks really good for the foreseeable future. Anyway, the next 2 weeks anyway look all in the 70s, 50s at night, some 60s at night. So we're good to go. Putting them outside, I would hope. As soon as we get the sex tests back, we should have those back hopefully by Monday or this weekend, and that way we can weed out all the males and set the females outside. This way we don't have to worry about keeping track of the males. Check this out. Must have gotten 2 seeds in there. I don't know how, but that's the AK-47 times AK-47, which we need some water. Let this suck it up a little bit. Set that right there. Probably need to do a little watering on all that. I just watered them yesterday, but they suck up a lot of water fast since they're so big in these little pots. I mean, you can see we got a tiny little pot. They need to be watered pretty much every day at this point. We did do a little overwatering. Got a little curl going, but the new growth looks really good. Let's go over here and take a look at this. This is the Orangeline. This is the Lunar Cheese from Luna Whitcomb. Little short, stocky, stubby girl here. And we've got the Orangeline from OK Calyx. And then we've got the Raspberry Deadhead by Luna Whitcomb. This one is the biggest plant in the grow room by far. You can see that we have just been kind of not really thinning the leaves out, but just taking like ones that cover up. Like you see this here. Sometimes I'll take a finger, depending on, sometimes I'll just try and maybe not super crop, but just kind of bend it out of the way so that lower branch gets more light. Or you can just take like the center leaf here and take a finger. And that will allow that light to penetrate down through that hole there and allow these lower buds to grow a lot faster. More light, more growth. That's just how it works. Grandmaster, we've got those set at let's go over there and take a look. Man, this thing smells so good. Just me touching the stem rub is just, wow, unbelievable. Look at these big leaves down here. Probably could go ahead and take that big leaf. It's not getting really any light, you know what I'm saying? This other one over here is getting a little bit more light. You can see where it's just huge leaves. This one over here can come off though. This one's touching the ground over here. Wow, she did not like me plucking her. She threw off a scent there, boy. The terpenes were just pew pew shooting off of her when I touched her. She's sticky too. Very nice. This is gonna be a good one. We're gonna let this plant really grow. Look at the leaves on this thing. We're just gonna let this one take over this whole side over here. Go ahead and take this leaf too. It's going to open up that hole there. That's all we're going to do. 1 or 2 a day will keep the herm away. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to pluck too much, but by the time we get to flower, we won't have to really do any type of defoliation. Just let them go. I'm not really defoliating. I haven't defoliated hardly anything, just a few leaves and a few fingers. Let them bush out really good. You know, I don't want to remove my solar panels. You know, like that over there. You know, it's just a big bush. All those solar panels. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want to thin them out to the point where they don't have any leaves on them. I want air to be able to flow through the plant. But I also want solar panels. So it's a fine line. Just kind of I use my best judgment. Try and keep the overlaps from capturing water. You know, these leaves will overlap one another, set on top of one another, and then you move it and there'll be a water spot there. Potential powdery mildew and all that other stuff, but I haven't seen any powdery mildew. The only powdery mildew I've seen anywhere is on this bush, which the bush seems to be susceptible to powdery mildew, which nothing else in here seems to be at all. I mean, literally the plant can be right next to the powdery mildew and it doesn't affect it at all for some reason or another. The bush though gets powdery mildew, but only when I lower the temp and the humidity. So if the temperature is around 73 to 75 and the humidity is around 60, I get powdery mildew. Like I'll get it in the little cracks and crevices, like right there. You see it? That's powdery mildew. That right there, that white stuff. But it's not anything to be worried about. See that? And then I just release those spores. You know, powdery mildew is a spore, so it's going to float around in the air and land on things. If it lands on the cannabis, if it lands on anything else other than that bush, done. It's gone. It's dead. For some reason, it doesn't affect the elephant ears, doesn't affect the dog fennel, doesn't affect the lucky bamboo, doesn't affect the jasmine, the ivy, anything else in here except for the bush. And I can't explain it. It's some things are just accessible to it. Powdery mildew likes it for some reason, and it likes powdery mildew. But I don't worry about it. I don't spray anything on it. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's all temperature and environment related. Like I said, right now the temperature is going to stay in the 80s, humidity around 70. No powdery mildew. Drop the temperature, lower the humidity just a little bit, powdery mildew. That's just the way it works. And then I had somebody, I think it was, it was Dr. Imes. Yeah, he hit me up on IG. He was like, I got my stuff kills black soldier flies. And I was like, well, that's good, but I don't want to kill my black soldier flies. I'm gonna take this leaf too. I like black soldier flies. I don't like killing anything. You can see the black soldier flies just flying around. They don't hurt anything. It can be a little annoying if you're in a tent, but the black soldier fly is actually a good guy. They're just annoying. Their larvae is what we're after. And the larvae are great organic decomposers. Like they'll get in, I put in like the banana peel. Or I'll put in a tomato slice or an apple slice, and the black soldier fly larva loves the organic matter. They'll come in, they'll get down in the soil, and they will just break down whatever is there to eat. And they'll do it quickly. And once they're done, they hatch the black soldier fly, and that's the black soldier fly's only objective once they hatch. When they're flying around in here, they don't have a mouth, they don't eat anything. They just kind of are a nuisance. If you see them that way. I don't see them that way. If they land on me, I don't care. But they're not hurting anything. Here's one right here, just landed. In fact, you can take it and it'll land in the pond and the turtle will get it. Anything that lands in that water, turtles, fish are gonna slop it up. Right, Cooter? Huh? You don't care. You'll eat that old black soldier fly quick, won't you? And Scooter, you too. God, you're getting big, girl. Holy cow. I know the camera doesn't do you justice, but look at the difference in size from Scooter to Cooter. You tell female and male. Scooter is the female, the biggest one. Cooter is the male. Yes, I did name Cooter. I did name the male Cooter. So that's what they are. They're called Cooter turtles. Sliders, but they're also called Cooters. These guys are both farm raised, born in captivity, goldfish as well. We rescued Pooter from the bait and tackle shop. It was going to be bass food, but I went in there and got some minnows for the pond, and Pooter was just in the bait and tackle shop there waiting to be bought by a bass fisherman to be eaten up. So I was like, you know what, today's your lucky day. You're gonna grow up to be big healthy goldfish. And that's what he did. Pooter is no joke. I don't know if it's male or female, but it's mine, so it's gonna be a male. So with that being said, we have not worked on the new project. My back has been a little messed up, but feeling a lot better. My shoulder is We threw 2 ribs out behind my shoulder. Had to go get chiropractor. Had to get adjusted, so I'm just sore and I don't want to do nothing. So, but today I might take these cobblestones here and stack them up on the pond. Get those out of the way, and we've got some more here that we're going to stack on the pond. We're trying to get the pond up. We're going to fill this in, get the whole pond all the way up to where the creek is. Concrete that in, and the pond will be done. We got to go get more rocks to continue the creek. Somebody said that it looks a little wide, there's not enough space, and that's true. There is not enough, but it's going to be deep. So we're going to have all that space that's stretched out. So it doesn't have to be wide, you know. As long as it's deep and stretched out, those roots will go anywhere they want to go. We're not going to concrete in this, so the roots will be able to grow up into the rocks, through the rocks, underneath the rocks, go through all that. They'll be able to go underneath the pond down into the clay. So there's plenty of root space. All we need are spaces to plant the plants, which we have plenty of space for that. And the roots will just completely go where they need to go. We don't have to worry about, like, you know, a round space, like volume of soil. The volume of soil is spread out all throughout the grove, just like this one over here. You know, there's very thin strip of soil through here, but it's 2.5 feet deep, and it connects all the way around. So plenty of root space. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody hanging out. We're gonna, like I said, try and work on the new pond, but we'll see how I feel. And I hope everybody else has a great Friday. Yeah, today's Friday, so enjoy your Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.